We want to welcome everyone to the University Express, Erie County Department for the Aging-Free Lifelong Learning Program for older adults. So thank you for being here. We really appreciate that. The Department for the Aging's mission is to connect older adults with local resources, that meet their unique needs. They offer so many other great programs and services, including Stay Fit Dining, frozen meals, nutrition counseling, Club 99 free exercise classes, RSVP, AmeriCorps Senior Volunteer Program, case management, and so many other services. So if you need any help, the phone number is 716-858-8526. A few more announcements before we announce our speaker. We talked about the key tag. I have the applications here. If you would like to sign up, it's through Erie County. It's not just, where you're tied to the Cheektowaga Center. So I do have applications if you don't have any yet.
So if you already have a key tag, do you need a new one?
No. If you already have one, you're good. I can scan you if I didn't scan you already, or you can fill out one, or you don't have to fill out one. You're still welcome to attend any of the classes throughout Erie County. There's over 29 different senior centers and libraries throughout Erie County that they're offered. They're all free, so you don't have to worry about paying them. It doesn't have to be in your district. You can attend whatever ones you want, and if you had the catalog, you can see all the courses that are offered throughout Erie County. And then what we have did, the pink sheet that's on the front table, we have pulled out the ones that we just offer here too, if you just want to kind of see which ones are here. Okay? So, also, if you could please silence your cell phones to give Brendan the courtesy that we would like to extend to him. And let me tell you a little bit about Brendan. Brendan, is it Chella?
Yep.
Chella has been the technology training librarian for the Buffalo and Erie County Library since 2021, as well as a professional librarian since 2013. Outside the library world, Brendan is a huge Buffalo sports fan, as he already and an avid video gamer. Okay, so he's been here before. He does a great job. He knows all about technology and everything.
I'm gonna try my best.
We will turn it over to Brendan, and
Try my
you all
best.
have a good class.
Sleepy and my voice is shot.
Do you want the microphone?
Oh no.
You sure?
Yeah. I'm not a microphone guy.
I know you said that before, but I just didn't want you straining your voice if you don't have anything left.
So today's class is going to be on Facebook safety and security. Just recently updated it a month or so ago, so should be a little new, few pieces of new info in here. So, dumb question. I always start off with, what is Facebook? Facebook is a free social media service. You can access it either through a web browser or an app. Regardless of what you use, they will look vaguely similar to one another. Especially if you're accessing the website on a cell phone that you're also using the app on, it's going to look even more similar. It is a cloud-based service. So if you post something through your cell phone and then go onto your computer at home, you're going to see that exact same post. So like I have Facebook logged in on my cell phone, my tablet, my home computer, my home laptop, and it will all show the same exact stuff. Facebook is based around email addresses. So if you have one specific email, that allows you to have one specific Facebook account. If you want another Facebook account, you have to create another one using a different email address. So like, for example, if my main AOL email, if I have my Facebook tied into my main AOL email, If I wanted to create another Brendan Chella Facebook account, I would have to use my Yahoo email or use my Gmail. I can't just use my AOL email all over again.
Why would somebody want two Facebook accounts?
And if their old account gets hacked.
Ah,
That's
okay.
the reason I have that in there.
Perfect, thank you.
It's what I experienced with helping one particular patron.
Okay,
They kept trying to get back into the Facebook using their old email and just create a new account, but they couldn't do it because the hacked email was still, the hacked Facebook account was still active, so they couldn't just do a brand new account using the same email because
perfect.
in the eyes of Facebook, that email was still working.
Okay, great, thanks.
Yep. And as dumb as this sounds, but I've been asked, if you want to edit an account, you have to be logged into that account. So like if I want to edit my account, I have to be logged into it. I can't go to your Facebook account and edit mine. Because some people that I have helped assume that if they just go onto their friend's Facebook, they can go and change all of their personal info, which you cannot. I am assuming most of us just access Facebook on their cell phones. Pretty close. Pretty much. So a lot of the times with Facebook, if you use the app, it just logs you in. You don't have to put in your password. You don't have to put in your username. That is called auto login. So again, that's just how if you go to your phone and tap on it, you're in your account right away. Also causes problems when people need to know what their password is because they don't have to know. So now we're going to get into the very technical stuff. This is probably the most tech gobbledygook stuff that I teach, which says a lot. So it's going to take us a little while to get through here. So the focus here is going to be on the mobile settings through the mobile app, just because, again, that's how most people are accessing it. If you still use the web browser version, so you go onto Google Chrome and you go to facebook.com, what you see here is going to be pretty similar. Buttons might be in different places. Some things might have different words, but they'll all function the same exact way. And I will let you know we do not go over everything, because if we did, yeah,
For days.
all day. So I basically just do the greatest hits. So the images you see here are going to be from the latest version of the iPhone app, just because that's what I have. Where certain sections or buttons may be located on your phone might be slightly different. So like one button might be in the left corner for me. For you, it might be in the bottom right. But they'll all still do the same thing. So, has anyone ever gone to their Facebook settings ever? Yeah, few of us. Few. It's nice. Usually, most people don't know where it is, so it's a little different.
Don't know.
So, the typical process for getting to it is look for the 3 dashes button on your screen. Again, this button can be all over the place, depending on how you're getting at it. And then what you want to look for is settings and privacy and settings. So here is the top. It's on the top of Facebook now. I literally taught, last time I taught this class, they just did an update. And this used to be in the bottom left. And then during the class, it ended up being top left. Why they changed it, who knows? They didn't add anything new. They just changed the position of the button. So I press that. and then a list of items will come up, and then you will see settings and privacy. If you don't know the word settings and privacy, if you find the gear symbol, that's where you need to go. And then underneath that, settings. And you will see a screen that looks like this. This is just the top of it because I couldn't fit the whole thing on screen. So what you want to see is probably the words settings and privacy, search settings, and meta account center. Now the big 4 general sections here that you are going to want to pay attention to are the account center, which is what you just saw right here. Tools and resources, audience and visibility, and your activity. Any questions so far? It's going to be working our way through this. So the account center, within there, the main area you want to look at is called account settings. And the big 3 items are password and security, personal details, and your information and permissions. So the section called password and security should be pretty obvious what you do here. It's change your password and activate 2-factor authentication if you are not already using it. If you don't know what 2-factor is, it's you're using your password and a passcode sent to a phone to log in. So you might have done that with other services where you get you attempt to log in and then you get a code to your phone that you have to put in. That's what 2-factor is. Just adds another layer of security to your account. And then that's what that section looks like. The personal details section is where you can view and change your contact info. So you can change your email, change the phone number. If you've attached a phone number to the account, you can edit your birthday. You can confirm your identity just to make your account more official. Well, a lot of people don't necessarily do that unless you're going to be like a higher level account, like maybe a celebrity or something like that. And then this is where what I affectionately call the nuke button is. This is where you can deactivate or delete your Facebook account. So obviously, here's the contact info. There's your birthday. There's where you can begin the identity confirmation process. And then down here, account ownership and control, that is where that nuke option is. Now, your information and permissions. This is where you can access your complete Facebook information page. So basically, everything you've ever done on Facebook in document form. You can also download your information so that you have some type of offline copy of it. And you can also view and delete your search history from here. So again, that's this page right here. So there's your search history, get to see your information, and export is basically the term for downloading.
Can I,
Yep.
So up above under account ownership, can you tell me about legacy contact?
Nope. That's one of the things I skipped.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Sorry about that. There's only so much I can cram, as you can see. There's only so much I can cram in here. Now, if you are in this section, you should see an X in the top left corner. This will get you back to the main settings screen. And then once you're back on the main settings screen, you want to look for the section called Tools and Resources. So the 2 big things that you will find here are the privacy checkup and default audience settings. So again, you'll see the words tools and resources, privacy checkup, and default audience.
Okay, can you just back up? How did you get to that? Where did you start? Settings?
Settings, and you just scroll down until you see the words tools and resources. Nope.
Oh, okay.
Yep, literally just, it is the highlight at the top.
He's going through each one of these things.
Now, privacy checkup is a quick way to edit areas related to privacy without having to do a deeper dive into settings. So if you don't want to stay for the rest of this class, if you figure out this section, have a nice day. Because basically they just sort of cheat and put like all the important stuff that you would want to probably edit all in an easy defined area. So here, data settings on Facebook, who can see what you share, how people can find you, how to keep your account secure, and your ad preferences. So have a nice day, everybody. I'm gonna go to sleep. But now from at this point forward, basically, we're gonna go over that stuff, but within settings itself. We're not gonna be cheating. We're actually gonna be scrolling through and clicking, trying to find all of this. Now, default audience settings allows you to select the main audience for your Facebook account in one place versus going into individual settings functions and changing them. So, for example, if you just want your account to be 100% public, everybody can see it, everybody can see everything you do, they can see everything on your account, you don't care. You just click on public and that's it. If only you want your friends to see stuff, guess what you tap on? Friends. Now, if you are might be like me where, hey, I like some features of this, but I like some features of that. You don't just want other, you would go to custom. And that's what I do. So it allows you to just fit there. It's not every single setting on Facebook that you can customize. It's just a few important ones here and there. So once you're done with default audience settings, keep pressing that back button until you get back to the main settings screen. So the next section. So just like tools and resources, there is an area called audience and visibility. So there's a lot of stuff. There is a lot of stuff in here. So the big things here is you can edit your audience options for a variety of Facebook activities. So just like that default audience area we went to, this is the more detailed way to go about it. You can edit your profile details and control your block list. So first little subsection in here, and this is a very big one for me, is how people find and contact you. So this determines who can send you requests, the visibility of your own personal friends list, the visibility of your contact info, how visible your profile is on search engines like Google, and how you receive messages. So all these settings you're going to see are my personal settings. It was easy to show this off. So if somebody sends me, I know it's a little small. Can anybody read that?
Friends of friends.
So, the only people who can send me friend requests are people that are friends with minimally are friends of friends. So, for example, if you send me a friend request and we have no mutual friends, doesn't go through. But if you by chance are randomly friends with one of my aunts, the friend request will go through. However tenuous, I think it's tenuous, that connection is, Facebook will still allow it to go through. Because you might just be friends with my aunt. We've never interacted in my whole life. Not that you wouldn't be a person I'd be friends with. But the whole point would be, I'll get you in a second.
Okay.
The whole point is there's that one connection. Facebook doesn't care. And it will allow that through.
Does Facebook automatically make those connections, or does the person?
I go over that later.
Okay.
I go pretty hard later. It's not necessarily something specifically in here I go over, but later on, I have a whole section on that. So the next one is who can see my friends list? Only me. So if we happen to be Facebook friends, you can't see my friends list. I have about 600-700. You can't see anyone on it. So again, that makes my friends list private to only me. This one's pretty big. So does anybody get a lot of Facebook spam messages? Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is where you can sort of control that. So how can you get message requests? So for friends of friends, so again, at least that one little mutual connection, I have it set that those chats, those messages can go straight to my inbox. So if you wanted to send me a message and we still had that one mutual friend, you could, it'll just end up in my inbox like a normal email. Deliver requests from people in your Facebook group. So I'm part of a bunch of Facebook groups, like I'm guessing a lot of you might be. Like I am in a couple beer groups, a couple food groups, a couple sports groups. If somebody that I'm not friends with or don't even have a mutual friend is in that group and messages me, that just goes into my inbox. For others on Facebook Messenger, so this is basically if you and I aren't mutual friends at all and you decide to send me a message, it will get sent to essentially a purgatory folder for me to review and decide, do I want to respond to this or not? I had a patron actually do this to me once. They stalked me on Facebook to get class information. And since it's my personal account and we had no mutual connection, it was in my message request and I immediately blocked them and deleted it. It allowed me to do that. So, any questions on that section? Again, a lot of what you're going to see is just you're going to customize it to how comfortable you want to be with dealing with basically strangers. Now, followers and public content is the next section. So this allows you to control who can follow you, the visibility of accounts that you yourself follow, the visibility of the pages and lists that you make, the ability to control comments, and create a word block list. So, first thing, who can follow me? What do I have that limited to? Friends. So only people that I am friends with can follow me. So if we have that one mutual friend, sorry, I'm going to be using you a lot. Sorry about that. We have the one mutual friend. You still can't follow me. You don't have, but if you and I are friends, you can follow me. Who can see your followers on your timeline? I have it set to only me because, again, I don't want whoever is following me to be publicly visible. So I control it so that only I can see it. Same thing with the people and pages I follow. So for those that do pages, that really shows off your personal interests, your personal taste. So like, again, mine is sports, beer, and food. You would get an idea of what my interests are. That can be very private to some people. So in this case, I have it set to only me. Only I can see those pages. And then the big one. This is probably one of the bigger ones that I would be personally concerned with. Who can comment on your posts? So does everybody see what I have set there? Friends.
Yep.
So that means if I put up a post, the only people who can comment on it are my friends. Has anyone ever just done a politically charged Facebook post and then just get random strangers commenting on it? No one's done that. That's usually a big problem. Does anyone use Twitter? Or are we familiar with Twitter? Yep, Facebook. It's essentially it's another social media site, but it's essentially all public posts. So imagine like Facebook stripped down to just posting, but everything's out in the public. Everybody can see anything. So like I put up pictures from the game last night, and I had a bunch of my at least people who follow me on Twitter start commenting on it. Technically, they're completely open to everybody on Twitter looking at it. So the worst argument I ever got into social media was I made a semi-politically charged post, and a stranger came in, and we started getting into an online argument. That ain't happening with it. I mean, some of my friends are politically charged people, so like you can still get into that kind of stuff. But the whole idea is I'm not having random strangers from the outside coming into my account and commenting. So if I post anything, it's only to my core audience of 600-700 people. Versus Twitter, there's potentially millions and millions of people who can see what I put up. Now, my public profile info, this is another big one. Only my friends can see my profile info. So this would be things like personal info that I have on it, like say my birthday, relationship status, stuff like that is only visible to my friends. If you went to my Facebook account, you can't see any of that. I also have I have this turned off at the moment, but a block list filter will allow you to create, block certain words from appearing on your Facebook page. So if you don't like, I don't know, somebody just keeps posting about crypto, you can block the word crypto and you won't see it. You might still see it in ads and stuff because that bypasses all of that, but you're not going to just see somebody posting about it. Or election time. You can block a bunch of words related to the election so that you don't have to have that pop up on your account. I usually use this when the latest Marvel movie comes out so that I don't get stuff spoiled. So the next one is the next Spider-Man movie. So I'm probably going to block the words Spider-Man. Block the title of the movie. Block characters that are going to be in the movie so that I don't learn anything randomly. It actually works quite well for that. So, next section, your profile and tagging. So this can control who can and cannot post directly to your profile. This is a little different than comments. This would be like if my mom took a picture of my son last night and posted it directly to my Facebook page, would be more akin to this versus leaving a comment. How visible your posts are, and being able to review tagged items before they are posted. If you don't know the term tagging, this is when a name gets added to a post to get a person's attention. So if you want to send me a picture, you might post, hey, Brendan. And I get tagged in it. I get a notification. I know that you posted it. This allows me to review that to say, hey, I don't want that on my Facebook page. Delete. Or, hey, I like that picture. Allow. So, again, big one here. Who can post to your profile? I have it set to just friends. So again, if we're friends, you'd be able to put a picture on there or send me ask me a question, stuff like that. But if we are not friends, you can't post anything on there. Oh, I heard it. So wondering if there was a question. Nope. Okay. Next one is who can see what others post on your profile. So let's say you post something. How visible is that post to other people on Facebook? In that case, I have it limited to only my friends can see what you've put up. Again, does that make sense? So again, just limiting how, yes.
Suppose I just want family. Would that work?
No. You have to be friends. There's no distinction with family.
Okay, I don't put friends on there, I put family on there. Can I do that?
No. There's no category for family. It's either public, friends of friends, or friends. There's either the completely open, completely closed, or the like semi-middle ground. There's a potential potential friends would probably be a good term for it. But there's no family. There's nothing like that. It's upon you to know that they're family. Does that make sense? Now, again, more limiting functions. Who can see posts you are tagged in on your profile? So I mentioned tagging earlier. So you put up a picture saying, hey, Brendan. Who can see that? Again, only my friends can see that. Now let's see. So this is the big one here. This is another big one. So review tags people add to your post before they appear on your Facebook page. So again, this is you tag me in a pic. I might not like the pic you tagged me in. Do I want that appearing on my Facebook page? This gives me the ability to determine that before it becomes publicly visible. I've done that where my friends have tagged me in stuff, and I get a chance to review it, and I'm like, I don't want that on there, and delete it. And then I just let them know, hey, I didn't want that on my page. So now the fun, yes,
I just had a question. How do you delete it?
it just gives you an option to delete it.
Oh, there's an option.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all it is.
Thank you.
Now, blocking. This allows you to see accounts you have currently blocked, as well as add accounts to the blocked list. So, here's just a short list of accounts that I have blocked. So, I could click here and type in a Facebook profile and block it. I can also see a full list of a lot of accounts that I have also blocked. A lot of the times it's spam accounts, or accounts that I find are AI generated accounts that I don't want, that I don't care for, and I just block them. It is a little easier to, let's say, you want to block me. You can just go to my profile and there's a block button. Sometimes that's a little easier, a little more direct than going here and then typing out my name all over again and making sure that it's the account you want to block. Okay. So we are done with that section. So again, a lot of it is more or less limiting how visible all your stuff is on your account. So now the scary one. So this is the one that people freak out about the most. This is called your activity. What you will find here is the ability to edit Facebook's permissions to access features of your device, such as your location. Yes?
I'm sorry, I'm trying to follow you on my devices. So where is that?
It's same screen. It's called your activity.
So it's still under settings and privacy.
Yes, it is. It will always be in. Settings. Audience invisibility.
Oh,
And then
I'm sorry.
keep
Okay.
going down, keep going down. Oh, they changed it again.
See, that's why I couldn't find it. Yeah.
Yep, they changed it again. Damn it.
Out of audience and visibility, and I went right to your activity.
Activity.
You were blocking us?
Information.
Yeah, I got out of blocking, then it says active status. And then I get your activity.
What is it called now?
It appeared to be your information.
Mine says your activity.
It does. It might just be, again,
That's what my phone says, what my iPad says.
My phone
your
different.
information.
Yep, again. I'll have to double check it, but again, I can't cover every single
Yeah, that's okay.
item.
Go for it.
So it's pretty much the same stuff. So you edit Facebook's permission to access features like your location and camera. What apps and websites have you connected to Facebook? And then the big one is you get to see your activity log, which is what we're going to go over. You get to see everything that you have ever done on Facebook.
Wow.
Yep. I'll say I've been on Facebook since 2006. So I have 2 decades worth of stuff on there. So if I want to see the first thing I ever did on Facebook, which would have been the summer before I went off to college, I can see it.
Wow.
Now, this list is broken down by categories. So you get to see the big one is just called your Facebook activity. But then other categories are going to be personal information, connections, security and login information, and then logged information, which is things Meta, or Facebook's parent company, records, like your location and your search history. So obviously, this could be very overwhelming to go through, considering how long you might have been on Facebook. So there are some filters that will allow it to be a bit more manageable to sift through. The two big filters are categories and dates. So the categories section would be things like, might say something like events or comments or likes. And you will see all of your activity related to that category instead of seeing everything. And then dates are obviously, like as I said, I've been on since 2006. I could see, okay, what's my Facebook activity from 2006? I could just see that instead of seeing 20 years worth of info. And we are now done with settings. Any additional questions? I know that's, as I mentioned, we'll go you and then you.
Can you delete any of that stuff that's been saved?
Hold that thought. You're a psychic. Keep jumping ahead.
When did Facebook originate? Yeah.
Early 2000s. Yep. Zuckerberg created it as a way to evaluate girls on Harvard's campus.
Huh?
Yep.
Basically, if you've ever seen Social Network, it probably explains it in there.
Yep.
Basically, that's what it was. I haven't seen the movie yet. I know it is quite good. I've heard it is quite good, especially the soundtrack. Now, this is an entirely new area, so we are not done with the settings section. So, profile review. So you just spent all day editing your Facebook settings. So what does it actually look like? This allows you to see your profile from the perspective of a non-friend. So instead of saying, like, asking some stranger, hey, can you look up my Facebook profile for me to see how my changes work? You can actually do that yourself. It is located under the 3 dots on your main profile page. So, like, if you go to your profile page, like, again, like, if you look for something like where your friend's number is listed, you should be able to find this. You will see the 3 dots. And then the item you want to click on is called View As. And what that does is, again, it makes it seem like you're a stranger looking at your own profile. So that's how, when I first started messing with my settings, this is how I evaluated how well my changes were. So I kept tinkering until I got exactly what I was looking for, which was I couldn't see my profile information. I couldn't see any of my friends' stuff. My account was on pretty much lockdown. So next section. I don't get asked about this too often, but my last time I taught this, someone asked, so I had to put it in here. There is a part of Facebook called professional mode. And what it does is it combines the advantages of a personal profile page, personal profile, and a more public page, like a more public business page, for example. And it increases your public visibility without sacrificing your personal privacy. So the whole idea is, if, like, let's say you are trying to grow a business that's centered around you. So like maybe handcrafts, for example. and you don't want to just create a Facebook business page, you just want to use your own Facebook profile. Imagine trying to use your Facebook profile for a business. You just want random strangers being able to like just see like everything you're doing, see all your likes and dislikes? No. But this basically sets it up to where that information gets behind a wall, but your profile page is still visible to other people. So again, very similar to the view as. If you go there, you can turn on professional mode. I haven't done it myself because I'm not trying to do any sort of side gig, side business. It's just Facebook is, for me, Facebook. So any questions on that? All right. Now for some scary stuff. More scary stuff. So what are some concerns using Facebook? Ads. Yep. It sucks. It sucks. One of Facebook's biggest revenue sources is advertising. That's why it is there. Now, have you ever wondered how those Facebook ads always seem to be related to stuff you looked up online?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Facebook tracks your activity across other apps and websites. So I had this happen once where I looked up a movie, and then the next site I went on was Facebook, and almost immediately I got an advertisement for memorabilia from that movie. So just some random store that happened to be selling movie memorabilia that had stuff from that thing. And it just popped up. We're dealing with that right now with buying so much baby stuff. Like not necessarily on Facebook, but it's the same principle. Like I'm getting diaper ads on like my YouTube videos.
Does that include Amazon?
Yeah. Actually, specifically the thing I'm joking with is Amazon. It's a streaming site that's owned by Amazon. So it knows what we've been buying. And so in the middle of a video, I'll get an advertisement for the diapers we just bought.
Oh my gosh.
Because it has access to that info. Now, for the website, Facebook reads what is called cookies. So cookies allow websites to talk to other websites and share information. So like if I went on Amazon, for example, it'll log a cookie that, hey, I was looking up diapers on Amazon. And so then the next website I visit would have the ability to take that information and use it. So in this case, Facebook takes it and creates advertising around it. Now, you can clear cookies by deleting your browsing history. So if, like, for example, you visited Amazon and you want to go to Facebook without necessarily having Facebook being able to look what you just bought, you could go and clear your cookies before you log into Amazon, although no one really does that. Yes?
How do you clear your cookies?
There is a delete browsing history option on your browser menu. So you just have to find your browser menu, go there and delete it. It's very visible. It's very visible.
Thank you.
Yep. Usually if you use Chrome, it's the 3 dots in the upper right. Now, the apps are a little different. Facebook needs your permission to track you across apps. There's not really cookies available to go between apps as open as websites are. You can deny this access to Facebook, or you can allow it by going into your device's settings, finding the area for apps, and then finding the area related to Facebook. So, who here has an iPhone? So, have you ever gotten the pop-up saying this app is asking permission to track you?
Yeah.
It's because of this. So, it was a few updates ago. Apple put that protection in where it forces apps to ask you that. Beforehand, guess what? They just did it. Guess who took full advantage of it? Well, Facebook. Guess what happened? Facebook sued Apple. Because guess what? Facebook just lost a huge revenue source. Because they got guaranteed advertising whenever somebody just went into the app. But now, guess what? You can block that. Facebook got angry, sued them, and guess who won?
Apple.
Yep. Now, here's probably the big problem with ads. They can fill up your Facebook screen to the point where they drown out the actual Facebook content you want to pay attention to. So there was one, it's happened every now and then, not as much as it used to, but there could be times where just I'm scrolling on my Facebook feed and just 5 items in a row are all advertising. Like, I'm not seeing any of my friends' posts. I'm not seeing any posts from pages I follow. It's literally just travel to Texas, newest Doritos, alcohol, just bunch of random mishmash stuff, but it has nothing to do with Facebook. It's just ads. Now, if you don't like an ad, the easiest way to just remove a specific ad is there's always a little X on the ad. You just tap the X, the ad goes away. But again, it's just removing that particular ad. You will sometimes also get the option to hide all. And what that does is you will no longer see ads coming from that particular account. Great. Anybody know what the problem is without looking forward in the packet?
Change how it looks.
Huh?
Changes how it's worded or
Yep.
phrased.
Basically, that's how it is. So, like, let's say you block a ad from you hide all ads from Tropicana. Great. You won't see anything from the Tropicana account. But what about Tropicana, Florida? What about Tropicana, New York? Not that we grow oranges up here. But the whole point is they tweak the name of the account you block, and those ads will still come out through. Now, the next issue, suggestions. So, this is when Facebook suggests new accounts for you to follow based on the data you provide Facebook. So, the more pages you follow, the more posts you make, the information you add to your profile, Facebook takes all of that and then will suggest, hey, we see that you like X. Here's an account related to X. And again, the same issue with advertising. They will suggested accounts can fill up your screen to the point where, again, you don't see the actual stuff that you follow on Facebook. So again, same thing, like I did this a couple days ago, scrolling through, and then there's just 3 accounts all from people that I don't even follow. They got suggested based on little things that I have posted about, and Facebook took big assumptions like, you want more of this. My favorite one of this. I love pizza, probably like everybody. And I also travel to Cleveland a lot for my baseball team. So I post a lot of pictures from Cleveland. I post a lot of pizza pictures. I post a lot of commentary about both. Facebook took that assumption of pizza and Cleveland and started suggesting pizzerias in Ohio, but not pizzerias in Cleveland. I already have my pizzeria in Cleveland I really like. But places in Western Ohio that I never go to. And they just kept coming up because I kept posting stuff from Ohio and stuff about pizza.
There you go.
So, what if you don't like a suggestion? Well, you can block that account. But again, it goes back to the issue of the ad. What happens if that account changes their name slightly? It can still come on through. You can snooze an account. So this is where you temporarily block the account for 30 days. It doesn't, you won't see anything from them for 30 days. But then after 30 days, guess what? That's what I did with the original pizzeria that I kept getting suggested. Was I snoozed it, thinking, if I snooze it once, it's going to throw off Facebook's algorithm and I'll be safe. Nope. After the 30 days, I kept seeing the damn pizzeria again. So then I ended up getting to the point where I blocked it. Now, one specific, yes.
So when you say black, could that come up as hype?
Huh?
When you say black, so I'm looking at my ads, but I don't see black.
But that's not an ad. We're not on ads. We're on suggestions. Yeah, you're a section behind. Yeah, ads and suggestions are different. Yeah, ads, you can't block ads. You can only press an X on the ad or hide all. That's different.
So, okay, block the account. So do you have to click on the account and then block it?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. It usually will give you the option. You don't even have to go into the account. The account, you will see a post from it on your Facebook feed.
Okay.
And then you can go through the process of blocking from there. You don't have to go specifically to the best pizza in Ohio, best pizzeria in Ohio. You don't have to go to their page and block it. It will give you an option immediately there to block it because Facebook already knows it's a suggestion. They know you're not necessarily following it, so they're giving you the option to either just continue to see it or immediately block. But again, you go through the problem of how much blocking are you willing to do? Because it's not going to stop. So, suggested friends. So this is a very specific issue with suggestions that I probably get asked about the most. Facebook will suggest new people to you based on things like common interests, as well as mutual friends. All it takes for a suggestion to happen is an interaction within a page you might be on. So like I'm in a sports card, hockey sports card group. I could have interacted with one person in there. Like I messaged somebody the other day. We're not friends, but Facebook might notice that interaction and that guy might become a suggested friend at some point. Or they might have, as I mentioned earlier, one mutual friend, and that's all it takes to get suggested. Facebook does not care how loose that connection is. They only see that there's a connection they can exploit. So again, kind of using the same scenario we did earlier where, hey, you might be friends with my aunt, but we have never spoken to one another. We've never interacted with one another. But Facebook doesn't care about that. They just see, oh, you got one connection. Let's suggest one another. Again, if the person seems like a total stranger or your mutual friend is not a real friend in real life, Facebook does not care at all. The problem with these is you cannot stop it. It is inherently built into Facebook. They will function regardless of how much you block or remove accounts or adjust your settings. You will always get suggestions. And this is why you might get the same suggestions for friends and pages constantly appearing because you're still feeding the beast. I'm still putting up stuff about Cleveland. I'm still putting up stuff about pizza. I'm going to keep getting suggested Cleveland pizzerias or Ohio pizzerias. Yes.
Dead people keep showing up too. They hit Facebook.
But guess what? Do you have mutual friends? Facebook doesn't care.
What does Facebook get out of all of this? Is it more ads that go to more people?
Ads and interaction. Because guess what happens if you interact with Facebook more? You're on Facebook. And guess what you see more of on Facebook? Ads. So, I'm not going to do that one yet. So, I'm going to give this story. This is actually the last story I ever watched in 60 minutes. It's pretty old. So, there was years ago, Facebook, there was a whistleblower from Facebook that explained how the service actually works. So the example she gave was they did a test of doing a blank account. No friends, follows nothing. You gave it nothing. You just put the account up and go from there. So what they did was they started following conservative and Republican accounts exclusively. So it would follow the page for Fox News, follow the page of all the Fox News hosts, follow the page of President Trump. And that's all Facebook had to work off of. We just see all of this stuff. So then when the suggestions started coming in, it was more of the same. It was literally more Republican and conservative accounts. But the point, what it started doing was more aggressive accounts. Because the more sort of aggressive these accounts were, the more activity there was on them, the more interaction. And guess what? What I just explained. More advertising revenue for Facebook. Because if you're interacting with accounts more, you're on the service more money. So over time, they kept following more extreme accounts to the point Facebook started suggesting neo-Nazi and white supremacist accounts.
Oh, yeah.
It did not care the content. It only cared that these were the most active accounts on the service, even though they might be very small in the grand scheme of things, you have people using them extensively, and they're like, oh, you might want to join this very active group. I don't think you would, but that's the point. Like, the suggestion algorithm will go to that sort of extreme to keep you on the site so Facebook can make more money. So, has anyone ever seen these two? These were actually both on the news like a couple years ago. So, the one on the left is a Facebook account called Bills Nation Central. And it's with a very sensational headline saying Elon Musk is buying the Bills. I bet you they're probably worth more than $10 billion at this point. He probably should have done this. But it's saying, talks to buy the Bills, NFL world stunners, Pagula debates potential takeover. Other one is an account called Mafia Bills. Tom Brady continues to allege and present evidence that Kansas City Chiefs owner paid millions of dollars to a referee to screw the Bills out of the AFC Championship. Also, I knew this story was fake because why would Tom Brady ever help us? But the whole idea is very sensational headlines, popular topic, the Bills. You can see account interactions. But does anybody know the problem with these two?
They're all fake.
Yep. They're all fake. They're all fake. They were suggested accounts, but they are fake accounts. Those accounts appear to be real Facebook pages catering to Bills fans posting stories about the team. But they are fake. They are AI-generated profiles posting AI-generated stories. So everything was false. So the types of fake accounts that you are going to encounter are, as I just mentioned, AI generated. So there's not even a real person behind it. It's just a computer generated account. You have accounts that are impersonating somebody real. So there might be a real person behind the account that you might see, it says Josh Allen. But it is not Josh Allen. Or you have exploitive accounts, so fake accounts that are looking to basically steal information from you, steal money, stuff like that. And the whole idea of why these accounts work or why they're there, they are all about promoting, selling, or creating interactions. So like the Bills accounts, the two Bills accounts, there's nothing really exploitive about it. They're not really impersonating anybody. What they're trying to do is generate interaction. Because guess what you see? Ooh, the Bills. Ooh, sensationalized headline. A picture of the owner and a picture of Elon Musk. Let me click on that. Oh, and people are actually liking or disliking it. Ooh, there's hundreds of comments already. It's probably real. Let me go interact with it.
How can you tell if it's a fake account?
You just kind of have to pick up on that. So I'll tell you this story because it's pretty damn funny to me. So one day I was over at my yes.
Personally, what I started doing is I go on the internet and check, is it real or not?
Yeah. I mean, you could do that.
And I'll type it in, I'll say Elon Musk Bills, and it won't even come up.
Yep.
And then I know it's not real.
Let me give you the story because I think we're in simpatico here. So one day I was at my parents', and we're just sitting in the living room watching TV, and my mom is just scrolling on her phone, and she says, "Oh, have you heard about this crazy Bills news?" And she told me what it was. Now, my fact checking is actually Twitter. So I have a Twitter list of all the Buffalo sports reporters. So as soon as she said that, I just went to that list and I'm like, nobody's tweeted anything in 30 minutes. There's no new news here. Okay. So then I knew what it was, but I wanted to quiz my mom. So I asked her, so are you on Facebook? Yes. Are you following this account? No. Was it on your Facebook page? Yes. Does it have some like combination of the words Bills and Mafia in it? Yes. How did you know that? Oh, it's fake. You just have to sort of pick up on stuff. The fact checking thing is great because obviously, like if you like for me, it's very easy because again, I literally just press another app. I follow dozens of Buffalo sports people that would be plugged into this stuff, and nobody said a single thing. So it's just a matter of checking and just not doom scrolling and just click, 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 click. Ooh, sensational story, click. Oh.
How do you get them out of there? I mean,
You can't.
You can't.
That was the whole point with suggestions. Can't get rid of it.
So you can't, don't follow anybody anymore. That'd be a good idea, right?
That won't matter.
Oh, right.
Won't matter. Because you're not following these accounts. They're just there.
Even though you went up to the three dots at the top saying remove this.
Because guess what? I remove this account, I get that one. And plus, if it's AI generated, it just can. Yep.
That's sad.
Now, fake accounts can also explain random strangers being suggested as a friend. I've had this happen before, where a mutual connection happened to be a spam account. So it was a fake account that I happened to, I probably accidentally followed at some point and just forgot about. And that was the mutual connection. It was like somebody from another country that happened to be following the same spam account. And they tried friend requesting me because guess what? We have that one mutual friend who happened to be fake. And this is going to become a big problem as AI generation becomes a bigger and bigger thing. The more fake accounts you will see flood Facebook. And is it for some people, is there just going to be a point where there's just too much fake stuff? So like Facebook is literally if you don't know, Facebook owns Instagram, the other social media photo service. They are already openly creating fake accounts to stimulate interaction because their actual growth is slowing down. So you don't have as many real people signing up for the service. So instead of just relying on a flood of people coming in to generate everything, you now have to force feed fake people into the equation to sort of keep the service going. So again, you're going to just keep on seeing more fake AI stuff a lot. And then if you by chance happen to follow a fake, let's say, gardener's page, gardening club page, who's to say that the other people in the gardening page aren't AI accounts themselves? So you joined an AI generated group and are only interacting with AI generated accounts. Yep. It's a death spiral, bit of a death spiral. So, sorry to scare you all on that one. The worst one is yet to come. Meme questions. So, has anyone ever seen some of these on their own Facebook accounts at all? Okay, I'm getting mixed. But these are things that will pop up every now and then. So, like, if the last thing you ate is the only thing you could ever eat again, what are you stuck with? Name the street you grew up on. What's the last thing you bought for your car? You bought a lifetime supply of the last thing you bought. What is it? Right now it would be Sabres tickets, which would be awesome. But the answers to these tend to be passwords or security questions. Well, why would you willingly just give out that information on a Facebook post? Who knows who is part of that comment section? Because a lot of the time, those memes are just public. So anybody who's in there can just see the answers you put up. And this is where the problem arises. People will see a friend share a meme. So, like, you shared a meme. Oh, you know what? I'm going to go comment on that. Well, where did you get it from? You might have gotten it from a friend. I'm about to quote REO's. I always have to say it like REO Speedwagon whenever I do this. You saw it from a friend who saw it from a friend who saw it from a friend, all the way down the line. Well, ultimately, where did that meme come from? You don't know. Sometimes it could potentially be Facebook, but potentially is the ultimate owner of it exploiting the chain somehow. Because now you have hundreds or even thousands of people just giving potential passwords and security information to you. So a lot of the times these memes are ultimately end in somebody who's just trying to steal your info. But because you saw your friend post it, it's all right. So I don't comment on memes anymore. I used to, but then once I sort of learned, this seems kind of fishy, I don't do it anymore.
What does the term meme mean?
Just
Exactly.
picture, joke.
Okay, something.
Yep.
Okay.
So like my favorite meme going around right now is a picture of a monkey with an AK-47 with the headline, Zach Benson in the playoffs. Sabres forward. He's a little rat guy. And the whole joke is he's a monkey who doesn't know what he's doing. It's a very funny meme. I laugh at it every time I see it. Somebody put it up in the arena last night, which was pretty funny to see. But the whole idea is it's just a joke or trying to generate something like a funny little comment. Just, again, interaction. But you don't know who ultimately owns that interaction. Now, account hacking. Just curious. Anyone have their Facebook account ever hacked? Oh, hey, lucky. So, what happens here is somebody other than you gains access to your Facebook account. This is, again, typically done by obtaining critical account information, such as your password. So, kind of relates back to the last section we went over. If, say, that ultimate meme owner somehow had figured out your email address and then just needed your password, well, guess what you just gave them? Your password. Now, why would someone want to hack your Facebook account? The common reason is exploitation. So two things that I've seen are people are trying to sell products like crypto, or they're trying to message your friends bad links. So we've probably all at some point received a message from a friend that seems like very weird and it provides like a link. Hey, I need money. Please click here. Stuff like that. That usually means that person's Facebook account's been hacked. And then ultimately what happens is whoever that bad actor is will lock you out of the account. Because how can they do that? Well, they are able to log into your account and just change all your security info. Because they have that full access. They can change the phone number. They can change the email address. They can change the password. They can do whatever they want. And once that lockout happens, your account's toast. You're never getting it back. Had this happen with a patron where they had their account hacked and they had to scrap it because every time they tried to change the password, it would try to send a code to a phone number that they did not have. Or if they did manage to change the password would be changed immediately again.
So so the old email then, that account is still technically active even though you can't access it?
Correct.
So any information you may have given
Or put onto that
on.
Facebook account. Yep.
that information is still out there being viewed by AI or,
It's still out there.
and you can't delete that one.
Nope. Now you can report to Facebook that your account has been hacked, but that can basically get bogged down in red tape. So you don't want to rely on that 100% to fix the problem. So yes, you could report to Facebook and Facebook could ultimately like delete the account, for example, or they could help you regain access. But how long is that going to take? It could take months, could take years. Who knows? You want to get back onto Facebook right away, your only option to just create a whole brand new account. And that's ultimately what most people tend to do.
My niece's mother, who's 90 plus, was spammed on Facebook. And they got her to get money, so on and so forth. $10,000 she lost. And my niece didn't know what to do, other than she thought she was closing the account.
No, that would have nothing to do with it at that point.
Terrible.
Now, bad links. So this kind of ties into what you just mentioned. So this is very similar to spam email. So bad actors want you to click on a link to steal information, take over an account, gain access to your devices. So you have a message, you receive a message from a friend asking for money. Uh-oh. The link that you clicked on allowed a hacker to steal your credit card info. So, and kind of similar to what might have happened there. So why did this happen? Your friend's account got hacked, and the hacker exploited that friendship in order to get you to click on the link. So you might see, like, your best friend sent you, like, hey, I need $100 to cover expenses for the week. But you see it come from their official, like their actual Facebook account, your guard is probably going to be down that much. Yes.
So I'm friends with someone on Facebook. Her account has probably been hacked 5 times. Is there a risk to me by continually, like she keeps saying, she'll post or send a message, my account was hacked. Disregard Facebook.
If you want to reduce your risk, I'd unfriend her right away.
Okay.
And then just deal with whatever the consequences are.
Okay. And
because if you know now, if you interact with the account, you post to the account, then if her account gets hacked, then they could potentially like see that information and stuff. Or you could get exploited later on by bad links. If you just unfriend it, All that risk is gone. All right. Now that I have sufficiently scared you, some of you might be contemplating deleting stuff from Facebook entirely. So, there is a 30-day account delete option available. So, remember that nuke button I mentioned earlier? That's what it is. You press that button, it will delete your account, and then it will disappear in 30 days like deleted emails do. Just everything gone. However, the biggest issue I have with Facebook in trying to just maintain it is there is no delete all button if you want to keep your account. So let's say you just want to delete all your posts, all your pictures, get rid of absolutely everything. But you still want to continue to use Facebook later on afterwards, there's no option. Unlike your email, there is always a delete all button. You can delete every single email on your account and just continue to use your email. There's no option for that for Facebook. So, what is actually on Facebook? Or what Facebook has on you? The more content you add to Facebook, the more data it is going to have. The more posts you do, the more likes you do, the more comments you leave, the more accounts you follow. So how can you reduce or eliminate that amount of data? So there's two options. Item by item, which is either you go literally each individual item, or you go through your activity log, or you do mass deleting. Man, how old's this one? Oh, this is the Columbus game. I'm pretty sure this is Columbus. Or it's either early in the season when I was still shocked that they were good, that they won a game. So, if I want to delete this post, if I go to those three dots, move to trash. Now, I did mention I've been on Facebook for 20 years. How many posts do you think I have made in that time? I ain't doing that. I ain't going item by item. I might have made a dumb post the other day, then I might get rid of that, and that's a good way to go about it. When did I do this? Must have been after they got eliminated by Denver. So I want to delete this photo. So I went to my Facebook profile, found this photo, three dots, delete photo, and that item is gone. Now, similarly, I mentioned the activity log from earlier. So here, I went to, oh, okay, so that actually was during the winning streak. Nice. So I went to the category section in my activity log called posts, and I found that individual item. So instead of going to my Facebook page and sort of scrolling around to try to find it, I could go to my activity log and delete the item from there. Now, the activity log will also work very similarly to like deleting an email. So if you delete something from it, it's going to end up in a trash can. So if you don't want to wait the 30 days for it to just go away, you can delete it right away. Now, as I kind of joked, trying to do one item at a time is going to be very, very tedious. So mass deleting is probably your best option. This allows you to remove a lot of items at once. The main place you want to do this is the activity log. You can't just go to your profile page and just start check marking everything and then pressing a delete button. Your profile page only allows you to go one item at a time. The activity log allows you to basically select multiple items at once.
And that's under settings.
Yep. It's in settings as well as your you can find it through your profile as well, but settings is the main area to go. But here's the problem with doing this. It only selects what is immediately visible on screen. So has anyone ever tried to do a select all option with their email and only seems to select a small amount of them?
Mhm.
Yep. Same thing happens here. So if you do select all, it's not going to select all 50,000 posts you've ever done. It's going to select the 30 that are immediately on screen. So you could theoretically select all of those posts, but it's select 30, scroll down, select 30, scroll down, select 30, scroll down. So you're still doing a lot of selecting, you're just doing it a bit faster. So there is no reliable method to delete Facebook stuff faster than this.
Is that only because they don't want you to be able to?
Pretty much. And that's what I am assuming is the reason. Because I think it would be very simple to just add a select all delete button. I don't think that would be terribly hard for them. But they don't do that. I will say selecting with a touchscreen seems to be faster than a mouse and keyboard. Because, like with a touchscreen, I could just go like this versus a mouse. I'm picking it up, select, 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 select. It's a lot slower. So, example, if I go to that same one I was on earlier and click all, it will only select again the stuff that's immediately on screen. So in this case, I only have this one post. So it's going to just select like this item. It's not going to select every single thing that I have ever posted. Now, there are a couple issues with deleting. Not all items can be deleted. So data related to your profile. So this would be profile pictures, relationship statuses, or posts made by other people cannot be removed. So my very first profile pic is still there. It's still visible. I can't get rid of it. All of that stuff's going to be there. All my relationship statuses, I can see them over the years. I can still see posts made by the girl I dated before I met my wife because she posted them. So I can't delete them from my profile at all because guess what? They're not my posts. They're somebody else's. So if I want them gone, I would have to contact her to tell her to delete them. Now, the trash bin is very similar to an email trash bin. And you just always, just like with email, you want to make sure to review it every now and then just to ensure that it is empty. So, any questions about deleting? I will say I don't teach it anymore because it's not, it doesn't exist anymore. But I used to have a piece of software that automated the deletion process for me. So instead of me manually going through and selecting stuff, it would just go through and automatically start deleting stuff for me. I could set my computer aside and it would just start going through and doing it. It was actually pretty fast. It would do one deletion every 3 seconds. So it would get me about 1,000 deletions every hour. I had a lot of stuff. So actually, I have nothing on my Facebook account from 2006 through 2012. It deleted 6 years worth. So if you looked on my profile page, my Facebook activity log, all you would see is that stuff that I mentioned. You'd see my profile pics, relationship statuses, stuff posted by other people. That's all that remains. I've
What about
deleted
things that you like, where it says comment, or you just like something, is
Huh?
that on there as well?
Yep, because that's an activity you have done on Facebook. So, last, yes.
I just wondered, is there a way, you know how you were talking about you joined a group like Buffalo Bills or Sabres or something? Is there a way you can see your listing of what you've joined?
Yep, you just go to your profile and it shows
Oh,
you.
it's under the profile. Okay. Thank you.
Profile or the menu will show you that info.
Oh, thank you.
I usually go through the menu just because that's on the front page.
Okay, thank you.
Now, what happens if the person is dead? Facebook accounts will just remain. I think you mentioned earlier, ma'am, that's something you've dealt with. Facebook accounts do not simply disappear after a person dies. They technically will remain active. Now, if you happen to have the login for that account, then that account can just continue to be used or deleted through the usual process. A senior center I was at last year, I had a person say that when his wife passed, he had her Facebook login and he's kept the Facebook account up and running. Facebook doesn't know that she's dead. It just knows that the account is still maybe posting stuff, still interacting. Now, what happened? Now, that gentleman could delete that account whenever he wants, because guess what? He has the login. He has all of the stuff needed to just press the nuke button. But what happens if you don't have that? The easiest method to do this is to provide proof that you are that you're an immediate family member or the executor, and you provide the death certificate. If you provide that to Facebook, they will delete the account. If you just simply tell Facebook, hey, this person's dead, they don't know that. You need to provide them the proof that you have the ability to shut that account down. And this is the link to the specific page on Facebook that will tell you more info about that. Because there's some other options, but that's the simplest one to go through. And that is it. So if you had any questions, there's my contact info. Yes.
I have one question. When I go on my Facebook and you go to that post, why do sometimes I see a post from one of my family, but with the bell, I don't see a red thing saying I got a post from the family, from one of my friends?
Because you probably don't have a notification set up for them. That isn't what notifications is usually when you've interacted with some. So like you follow an event and the event's coming due. You'll get a notification, hey, that event's today. Or if somebody posted to your profile.
Oh, to the profile, okay, but if they
What?
just, like if a friend posted on Facebook, it
That's
doesn't
not-
mean I get a notification.
No, not unless you set up maybe a specific notification for that individual.
Okay.
What you see on your Facebook page initially is just the feed. That's not your profile. There you go. That's it. Yeah.
Do you only just like watch Facebook and don't post anything, but maybe like things a couple of times? Should you be worried about any of this other stuff, basically?
Yeah, because you liked something.
You
Guess what? Facebook is going to take that and run with it. You like something, you follow people, it's going to take whatever you give it. However small or however small, however big, it doesn't care. It's going to take that little bit. Otherwise, what you're going to get is just a bunch of like nonsense. Because Facebook doesn't know what you like, so they're going to assume, hey, you might like this trending topic. And it's like something that you would never interact with at all. But Facebook doesn't know that because A, you never gave it anything, and B, Facebook wants you using the service, so it's going to try to grasp its straws to continue to get you to interact with it. All right, I guess that's it.